Nna ke shapa ngwana. Na ngwana wa tella nna ke mo shapa ngwana papa. Ha ke batlo jala le ngwana. Wena ke re wa tella. Talibanta. Kubans.
The sugar is killing the promo.
So, if I'm going to be an individual who is actually doing all that, nah,
You are the price.
then I should actually be seen as the price. The reason,
You ready?
yeah,
And literally pick me Yo, get a shapa face.
Can I ask you a question?
And let me finish this and then you
I
go
want
out.
to club bona kai ka di.
Trying to say-
In a way, yes.
Don't confuse love and being spoiled. So what I mean by that, your boy does something wrong, and you know he's doing something wrong. He became a khalime. That's spoiling a child. That's
Yeah.
not loving the child.
Yeah.
So what?
Unbreak my heart. Tell me you love me again. Undo this hurt you've caused me
walked out of-
now
And you walked. Eh?
I'm alive.
I've cried so many times.
Yo. Thank God we don't have a choir and we are just a podcast because the symphonies were not symphony. What's up? Welcome to it, man. It's Global Streetz Live, the podcast. We call it GSL. My name is Karen Amteta. The young girl from the ghetto doing big things in the city. But to try to sort On the left, we got the boy, oh Jeezy, so easy, my kneesy, Oregon Jeezy.
yeah.
Yeah. And then to my right, which is your left, we've got the man who I wish had a less ego. He's not yawning on this episode. Last week he did. Or the week before. I can't remember which week it was, but we had an episode where he was yawning. Very tricky and tense. He goes by the name of Lesicho Dope Tunes in the streets. But if you know him like that, you could call him Ellis Cheesy, one Tweezy. Behind the camera, we got one man that we know as the Dark Knight, as the Batman. And if you were to ask him for something, or like anything, he's gonna say, nah, man. Because he was like, I can not money. Hello, sugar the bing ding. You know what? Hello, the boys.
Sure,
guys?
ding.
How well in Alimona? That's what
Yang isho na.
ubulawa ke ngwazi e ya gago ya mic.
Yes, we lost.
And we also want to welcome a VVIP of every episode, which is you, man. Shout out to you for joining us. We love you.
You ate that one.
I ate that, huh? I ate it and took all the calories. So yeah, thank you so much for the love, for all the comments, for all the shares, and for all the social media commentary, whether good or bad. There's no such thing as bad publicity, so we're here for it. The boys, Nongwazi, Sikren.
Simnandi.
The boys, Nikren. Simnandi. Okay, man, in case you don't know, it's a very special episode. We all dripped in black. That's because it's a very special one. We call this RIP to the game because we've been killing it. And today is absolutely no different. You know, we're wearing this hat because we're paying our last respects to what we call relationships and parenting. So this one's going to be a dope one because we're going straight into it, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about just the dynamics of relationships, whether it be romantic, platonic, you know, and knowing us. This is going to start very serious, but it's going to end off in fights and laughs. It's just, it always starts off like this, where you're just like, I'm short. Then you realize 13 minutes. No, do me a favor. Fast forward 13 minutes. Just fast forward 13 minutes. I promise you. You see my mad right now. Fuck. All I'm saying is, you're watching this right now. And you fast forward 13 minutes. So the boys, you ready? We're talking all things love, platonic vibes, and like all those kinds of things, right? So I'm going to kick it off like we normally do. We always have an icebreaker for any episode that we do, and today's absolutely no different. Are you ready?
Always
We
is.
are ready.
I don't understand what. Lissa's got 2 drinks and I've got 1.
Shit.
So
Well, listen,
unfair.
he needs to catch up.
Clearly.
That's why he's got 2 drinks.
Is this intoxicated as well? It's just plain.
Everything.
Nah, it's probably plain.
Oh my god, are you for really?
Yeah, I'm trying to get drunk in different ways.
Oh, in different ways. I like that. That's very new.
All right, so we're gonna kick it off. I've got this. I'm looking for an English word. Dilemma. All right, and what I just want to ask you is, yeah, just take a drink and put it that side, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's
making
what I'm-
life
that's what I'm
difficult for
trying to
all
do.
of us. Yeah, like just
what I'm
don't
trying
try,
to do.
just do it. Do you understand?
That's what I'm trying to do, but this thing is in the way.
It reminds me of when the fly fell into his drink on the episode.
It's coming. Somewhere here.
Wait, nah.
Nah, hey, bro, don't wish me that shit.
Okay, so you are all twins, right? And I think I'm in a point in my life where you guys openly know that I'm raising twins, right? So what is the best way to discipline your child if you found out that they were repeatedly, and I'm speaking like, I want you to go back to 5-year-old you, 6-year-old you, whatever, how old you, and I want you to think of a time when you stole something, whether it's just sugar or that cream, you know how we used to steal cream, and where down, you know, like whether it's something big or innocent, like, but that's just that moment where in the male mind, I don't know what you guys do, but there's a point in your life where you just like to test boundaries. You know, when you start to, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but what do you think is the best way now that you're an adult that you feel like your parents should have dealt with you?
One thing I've realized that as guys or fathers, as much as they love their kids, I won't say they're happy, but quote unquote, they're comfortable enough to be the villain. The mother's always the hero in the child's eyes. The father's the villain, the disciplinarian. So that's the father's role most of the time is, you will hate me for what I'm about to do to you, but I have to do it. And it's difficult for a lot of women or mothers to do. Because to discipline a boy, you need to have a firm hand.
Firm hand, like how?
Firm hand.
Like firm hand is in like mulao or like
Like tough love.
But like I want to know the extent. Like even hitting you is love.
So it's as simple as, I brought you a ball and your bullies took it. Don't come home until you get the ball. And mother will say, the father will say, yeah, no, fuck that shit. I'm not raising
A wimp.
a wimp. Go get that ball. You can come, I'll kick in then.
But you're gonna
first-
try.
Yeah.
Try, yeah.
So tough love, as they say. No. A mother won't allow that. The mother's a nurturer. A father builds character, and it's difficult to build character because in a lot of cases, it takes someone to be an adult to understand what fathers were actually doing. But when you're growing up, you hated your father because, no, my father's strict. My father. And it's always, mommy. That's why mama's boy. Because, you know you won't get that from your father because your father's raising a man. And it's the opposite with the girls because your father is showing you how a man is supposed to love you. So
Okay.
it's different aspects as you get.
I want that. I'm gonna keep a mental note of that because I wanna open up about something. You said something so beautiful that is actually so perfect. You just painted why I'm asking the question. Do you guys wanna chip in?
Nna ke shapa ngwana. Na ngwana wa tella nna ke a mo shapa ngwana papa ha ke batle ho dlala le ngwana. Wena ke re wa tella. Tla banta ko bontshe.
Lesego is killing the promo. He is. I never.
So, you know what Lesotho is saying there? I was just about to respond to
Sorry, can I just
what you
maybe
said.
add before people think I'm
I like
crazy?
how he said,
Just before the people think I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
No, guys, I believe in raising a kid the way I was raised. Because
Yeah, that's what I was
turned
just.
out
Yeah, that's.
to be well. And at my age, I do understand why they want trapa. Because there needed to be a discipline and there needed to be a measure or something that needs to be done to make sure
To bring you back.
yeah, to bring me back from whatever that I'm thinking.
How bad has a whooping ever been? Like, how bad has your mom ever whooped you?
Not as a 5-year-old, maybe when I was like 9, 10, maybe, yeah, then it never got to a shambok,
Okay.
right? It has always been libanta, and it never also got to a point whereby, sometimes when you're dealing with parents that have not dealt with their problems, bawushapali ka eng.
Oh.
Yeah, bawushapa ka sekolo sa
Discipline and not
lipoto.
abuse.
Yeah, discipline
Yeah.
and not
So
abuse,
so it never got to that way or to that extent, right? So I firmly believe, Hore, listen, the same way I was treated, I'm definitely applying the same measures. So yeah, you can
So
continue. Maria.
so that's what I'm saying to say, it's a bit of a tricky question to say how do we discipline, because then now the first response was going to be, "Kihotse, I was raised,
Were you hit
and I was
as a kid?
I was hit as a child, as a kid, until one day I faked it. I faked it. I need to tell you the story. It's a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one. So one day, so one day, Nekvaga transport. So I used to do PE at school, Mabo. So that day,
Physical education.
yeah. So I forgot my uniform, because obviously I had to change out of my uniform into the PE clothing, and obviously now take my clothes with back home. Because after PE you're just literally going back home, and and so on. You don't need to change back into the uniform. Fine, cool. This day, I don't know what happened. I forgot my clothes. Go scared, Because we used to wait for the transport. We used to put our bags, go gating, do whatever we're going to do. And then when the transport comes, you run for the bags and whatever. Ginga back at school because it was like a separate bag that I had for the clothing. Because it's fine. I get home, whatever. I think I realized Kabama 4:00. And then my mother arrived.
And there was my shout out.
Yeah, my mother arrived Kabama maybe 6:00, from work. I find cool. And I'm still young, maybe in my grade 4, whatever. She's obviously checking, whatever. What's on Potsare? Uniform guy. Now is that thing out of fuck. I can just get a kilobits. Kilobits is gone. Yes. She lost it. And I think with her as well, she's thinking, now I need to purchase new uniform, everything.
So you lost it. You can't even get it maybe tomorrow.
No, that's the thing. At the time, I did.
Looks like we
at the
lucky
time,
because it can-
because now I forgot it. My response was like, I find cool. Yes.
You know that's a black mother. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not the response to give. Yeah.
She's cooking. She's burning. She's a furnace.
At this point, do you only realize how you liberty when she?
I realized earlier, couple my 4. I think couple my maybe 3:00.
And what grade is
from
this?
School. Grade. That's why I get a grade 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, no fika maybe couple my 6 marking one. Whatever. I'll remember it then. And I'll be like, okay, my uniform, where's it? Whatever. But I'll ignore it. Continue whatever I'm doing. Whatever. I feel on board. Uniform go guy. Shit. Get it to scale. Bro. It was on. If it's you, whatever it starts. Why?
Kenneth.
That day, I think that was the last time my mother actually gave me a whipping. Because I faked it. What I did was, I think there was a time when, obviously, how sharp are you going to darken, Yeah. So, kitahlela, yanong katsela, yanong, nkare ki sharpile something, Now I get up, now I'm looking or acting like I'm going crazy, Like, nkare, I've lost my mind type of. Now I'm screaming, and now she's panicking there. She's probably thinking, "Oh my God, did I hit him in the wrong place?" She's panicking. I don't say okay. I should call the ambulance, yaswagala, and like
Shit.
that. Bro, it was
was
fucking
that serious?
real. I took it to that level, dog.
Man,
I was panicking. And then Nakanako, I'm like, here it's either I'm gonna have to fake something to stop this whipping or whatever. You know what? Bro, ambulance comes to, and I'm continuing with this act. Yeah, continue.
La ambulance if it leave.
Ambulance if it leave, it's
My nigga, they need to get on
dog.
Netflix.
I'm telling you, dog. Raspetel, and she's literally looking at the shit. She's thinking, my son is gone, dog. Like, I'm acting crazy, mole. Like, huh? Like, acting like lost, confused. You know what? Out of it. Kanaku, I know I'm fucking acting. You know? But it's that thing you're either you're gonna fucking act or you're gonna get a whipping. You know what? And I can't change now. Because you know, black parents are, oh, sharp, okay, come through. Let's continue. Type of thing.
And also, as a kid, you can't even tell yourself, oh, okay, I've taken it too far now.
No, at the time, I knew I had, because, you know, obviously, so the ambulance, what type of thing. You know, got to the doctor. The doctor's like, I know, took a shock, fella. What sharp type of thing. Mother was panicking heavily. And yeah, I think that was like the last time I got hit, you know. But yes, Rona, to answer the question, yes, Rona ka shapiwa. And Linna, it built me as an individual. I think my mother was the last one to hit me, but after that, there were still people who reprimanded me physically.
Yeah.
You know what? But to answer the question, in this day and age, it's probably not the way to go about it.
Here's the way. This is
But
why
I
things are so
still
fucked up.
Strongly the best
believe-
way then.
I still strongly believe that would be the best way. But because of the laws and it goes back to Tabaya abuse, people are no longer doing it to reprimand.
Dog, let me
They're
tell you
doing it to
something.
abuse. Yaka uchilo to say, the frustration.
Yeah,
mo
yeah.
baneng. And that's wrong. Ikilaban. Shapang wana ka lerato la re kuruto re ka usano ska yetantwen.
Mamela, dog.
Not for yanong bossing kwatisitse ko msebetsing, yanong ke kwatela wena type of thing. Ikilaban. So
Bona didn't ya hore not abuse and everything. Mfana rona mfana re khotsi ba o jwetsa hore listen. How founela maponesa or o lo jwetsa maponesa.
Yeah.
You must tell them to give you a place to
to
sleep
stay, yeah, true. That's how we were, fella.
because you're not coming here in my house.
We never saw my police. Phone a child line.
Yeah.
On thread na ka go phone 0800055555. Adula lebo. Adula lebo. Ndwana. Lalela phela kana go tsarona na gona le di landline. So mo
Yeah,
trapile.
The 0800.
0800055555. You knew.
It was a free call.
Yeah, it's all free. It was a toll free call. And that's crazy. You guys are now conscientizing me to, do you think, I already know what he's going to say. Because we hear that side of his a lot. So I'm more interested in what you two can say. Do you think that the boy and the girl child get raised differently in the house?
Yeah.
And I'm talking parental treatment. Both
Yeah.
mom and dad. Do you think they treat the girl and the boy differently?
I think each
That's like, I already know what you're going to say. I already know your story.
I think each gender gets treated by each parent differently. The mother tends to baby the son, and the father tends to baby the daughter.
You know what I've realized, né? It's the opposite sex showing their child how to love the opposite sex.
Yeah.
So, for example, the mother will show you, once you're in a position to have your own family, how you must look after and love your woman. Father does the same to her daughters, which is, this is how a man must raise you. This is how a man must love you. Understand? So, if you look at single parent households, it's difficult to play both parents. Because one parent, that's why if you are disciplinarian, né, the child gets de-attached. Because you cannot play the villain and the hero at the same time.
Yeah.
You're confusing the child. That's why in most households with two parents, the father is always the villain. That's why in Nekechahore, at first, it will take a few years before. Once you're an adult, you then understand what actually my father's intentions were.
True.
That's why if ntato ko msebetsing, ay, remele papa ha. Kaya natatilang lue.
and you know it's going to go down.
Yeah. Then how sharp papa? Mama ta kena, ay mare, papa it's too much. Ke ngwana mo forgive. Then mama ta to wena go sharp nana. Excuse me, ska yetsa hape lue. You understand?
Good.
So yeah,
Bad cop.
exactly.
So what you are saying, now I'm going to have to pose another question here. I know Hori, I haven't even chipped in. because the mother treats the boy child softer, and the father vice versa with the daughter,
Yeah.
does that not maybe set an unrealistic standard for the person that's going to date that person?
No.
Sorry, my father used to treat me like this, so I'm expecting you to treat me like this. It is.
No.
Because also with niggas will expect a girl to cook for them like their mothers.
But
Or
you must
take care of
understand,
them
love
like
is
their
not
mothers.
always physical. It's abstract.
Okay.
Love is not always
Continue.
physical, it's abstract. It can happen you come from a rich household and marry someone asatini chelete. To treat is not always physical. It could be who Karen, when she's in her moods, she gets detached from the whole world. And as Karen's man, you must know how to treat Karen. It doesn't mean what disrespect her or she's loving you any less. Go fella, she's in her own bubble. And you must know how to love Karen when she's in her own bubble.
What I'm trying to
No,
say is,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What I mean, to come to your point also, Hallelujah. You don't lay your hand on Karen. Karen comes from a father where I know, baby girl, how it is so. This is how you do things. Some people, bro, when they fuck up, doesn't matter how small it is, they can beat the shit out of them.
what I'm trying to say is, your father, you are Karen, right? You're gonna have to make an example of her. You are Karen, and whenever your father has treated you so well and has set the bar this high, every time you meet a nigga,
You expect them to
even
be...
unconsciously, you're gonna be thinking to yourself, I
That's
don't
the standard.
deserve this shit because my father used to treat me better than this, or my father used to take care of my feelings so much better than this nigga that does even give a fuck. That time maybe that nigga is even trying, but because the father is set the bar so high.
Can I answer this? Can I come through with
Please.
this? I'm gonna oof.
Please.
This is what I hate about podcasts, because if you relate, you relate,
Asambeke.
and now you have to take out secrets or personal things. What you're saying is probably one of the reasons why majority of my romantic relationships do not work out. Because like when you think of a guy, right? The relationship between mother and son is one of the most powerful bonds in the world.
It is.
So, what I'm saying, I'm gonna have to take from what Kagiso said and what you said to make the point to your answer. So Kagiso says, Karen is motwaka, right? And Karen is just the type of person who detaches from life when she's just a lot. And you as a person, he said something very important. You need to learn Karen and be what
As a-
Karen
as a
needs, right?
person.
And then I'm answering your question. Now we come to, this is who Karen is, right? And now Karen utlwana this person, right? And this person probably will understand that Karen also. But now I'm changing the scenario point to the boy. Your relationship with your mother as my person. Your mother has taught you that your feelings mean a lot, right? You shouldn't allow for someone to teach you and say, mama, how boy, wa mama, o montle go ba feta kaofela, boy wa ka. Ba ka nyela ka ngwanaka. You know that vibe, right?
You have to speak like that.
No, but that's what they do. You know what I mean? It's what typical mom behavior. And then you come, we are in a space where our relationship is low-key exposed to your mother. No Karen ha sa go apeng ngwana a ke le bone e se lerato.
Yeah.
Nna ha Karen a etsa so a ke bone e se. So sometimes it's not how your mother treated you, but the influence of what she feels love that you deserve to be.
is, yeah.
That somehow so the perfect way to answer this is,
Can I say something?
let me just shut this before you pitch in, right? That's like it's one of the reasons why I feel like I feel like my relationship is just very dysfunctional. It's because if Kagiso and I fight, and you know, oh, this is Karen's limit, or oh, she probably overreacted because of this, or she was going through this. When your mother, as Kagiso, sees her maybe the full truth, all he sees is that Kagiso, you don't deserve to be treated this way, and you're not gonna take it that way. Whereas Kagiso knows, oh no, probably she just
got
can't
triggered.
deal with it. Yes, you know what I mean. So I feel like it does, because sometimes I'm in a point where maybe he knows I got triggered, but just because my argument with him was so bad, he also needed some comfort. And his mom says, you don't deserve it. And then somehow that also confuses him because he's like, I don't deserve it. But in that instant, I was also just out of character because I was intensely triggered in the moment.
So the point I'm trying to drive,
Does it answer your question? Did you get what I'm trying to say?
In a way, yes.
don't confuse love and being spoiled. So what I mean by that, ne? Your boy does something wrong, and you know he's doing something wrong. He became khalimel. That's spoiling a child. That's not loving the child.
Yeah.
So what I mean love is genuinely speaking to Karen. Not spoiling her for covering her fuck-ups. A fuck-up is a fuck-up. I understand. When you're messing up, you're messing up. But true love, how sharp? Okay. You're not like nurturing. Not when you mess up, then I'm covering your bullshit. That's not love, Buffett. So we're gonna like LSG hard to baby this, then I feel like kilo chica mistress or you're not doing your job.
Yeah, that's far.
My father, if you need tutors, I can give that to you. You have all your textbook, you have all your stationery. I'm taking you to good schools. Where are you failing? Never is so teacher. He will point the question to you. Where are you failing? Where do you need help? You understand? So that's parenting, Hori. You can put your child to the book or you're fucking up right now. What can we do to fix this? Not Hori. Hi man, teacher, let's go to school. Then you shout at the teacher for your child not studying.
I get it. But also, Lesego's point in this whole thing is sometimes you know, guys, and this is because I get what you're saying, but I think you want me to answer in a specific way, which is also because that thing that you're saying to me is one of my biggest problems in relationships right now.
So just to put it,
how about a certain kind of standard of how they expect it from everyone else, and it's a kind of pressure that's not fair because
it is not.
You knew, Kagiso, for example, highly bete high or maybe highly high. And I never tried to say it. I never tried to see you, and now he expects that in our relationship as well. And I'm cut from a different cloth.
What confuses it? Nah? I think that statement is just confused from. I think there's an element here. Financial aspect of, okay, now
it's a very complicated question because it has a lot of influences. There's a lot of things that can influence.
Somehow
so
confused.
That's
why initially I wanted you to make examples when you mentioned, isn't it a little bit unfair on the fact that, okay, fine, cool, where now the bar's now set at a particular level because you were raised by a particular parent who used to do things for you a certain way. Now, when you move into a relationship, you are expecting similar treatment. That's why I get it. I think maybe the financial side thing also does play a bit of a role. And Khonano, I want us to remove that financial side to say,
I wanted to do that.
Yeah,
too.
let's remove the financial side in every way to say, okay, if Okhodiswakil time as a woman, if Okhodiswakil time is heavy on money that is able to purchase whatever for you, let's forget that. Let's now look at emotional respect and just treatment that does not
pure treatment.
necessarily require funds for you to feel like you're treated like a queen or an angel type of thing.
Or princess treatment.
So what I can say is,
Yes.
malapa halekane.
That's why
So for example, we can all be from households where we have both parents, ne? Your father,
Yes, yeah.
Filiponesa. Karen, your father is an accountant.
Yeah.
Your father is a doctor, LSP. And my father is a politician. You understand? Their profession has to a certain extent how they view life.
Okay.
LSG, your father being a doctor, you're going to be more health conscious than Khoiti.
I'm going to be
Khoiti will be more security conscious than Karen, who
Yes,
Karen
gonna be money,
will be more money conscious.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is, that's why I say, check out the physical aspect of it, but the emotional intelligence is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional intelligence goes to a point of, I understand I come from a different background than you come from. I understand you as my person. This is how you are. And You teaching me how to love you. I'm teaching you how to love me.
Yeah.
And we must come to a common ground with this is how we're gonna love each other.
You're right, because what this whole thing, because it has to take someone that has the emotional intelligence that you're
Definitely.
speaking about, for them to say, no man, actually my dad used to spoil me. That
It's
treatment,
unrealistic.
yeah, I can't get it anywhere. I'm gonna get it from him only.
Because I
Or
am
if-
my daddy's
if-
princess or my queen.
Because
so
if you think about it, vele, your parent is even if you get arrested today and you are being accused of rape, something so hectic, they're gonna stand there. They're gonna go to court with you.
depends on what kind of parent it is. If it was my mama was gonna let
They're
you
gonna
rot.
overlook everything because king wanak. So you have to look at it from that point, right? The other thing I've got a question. I'm not sure if we're done with this.
Yeah, let's go. We are done now.
Okay,
Before
so
you say
I've got a question, right? Let's switch things up, guys.
Let's
Switch
right.
gears.
Like we're switching up the drinks. Let's go.
Shit, I did, ne?
Yeah, like he did it like classically. Like
So, between a man and a woman in a relationship, who is the prize?
yo, this is hot.
The man.
What?
No, society brings it. I want a culture, and society makes it out to seem like
One more comment, is he cooking?
woman are the prize.
He's cooking.
Okay.
And he is cooking a different dish.
All right.
Thank
Like
you,
a
Paul.
totally different dish.
Like
a
a
dish
sushi
that
type of shit.
we've all not tasted.
It's a
before.
mood,
You know what I mean?
like a sushi type of shit.
Like a proper, yes.
It needs
You know
a
what I
proper
mean?
palate for
It
you
needs,
to understand.
it needs a quiet palate for you to, you know what I mean?
Okay, to
Continue.
my nigga.
Man. So if I can ask you now, why do you view a diamond as being a precious jewel as opposed to a pebble? Because of its scarcity.
Because of it
Scarcity.
and its price and its value.
The value is based on it being so scarce.
The scarcity. Okay.
I understand that. And if you look at between the both genders, men are more scarce than women are.
Yeah.
Ne? Besides the numbers, if you look at households where the father's not present, it's a shit show. Doesn't matter how much the woman is doing financially, it's a shit show.
What are you
That's why
saying about my
society-
household, dog? I'm kidding.
That's why-
Feel such as a good like.
That's why society is the way it is now. Remember, men can't replace women, women can't replace men either. But numbers are women are quadruplets.
Guys, kupalin chapeleng matsogo aka chest, like ikuzi to the chest. For the first time on the show.
I'm gonna clap here.
Like, because it could have easily. Because I was like, here's the shit show. Kaiku's are wow, emotional intelligence.
So, just to add on what Gachis was saying.
So
and
you agree with him? Men are the prize.
I do agree, and society doesn't, but this is how I view it. No? And I view it based on how things are ran in this current society.
Okay.
So now, here we are as men. We do the approaching of getting a woman. Nah? We do the date paying. When you go on a date, you go to a restaurant, I'm paying for it. Nah? And everything else that comes after that, I'm going to initiate. Yeah, I'm not saying that there aren't women who do that, but 90% of the time, it is the men or the man that actually does the financial part, even not just financial, everything else, the physical and you name it. Aksabuwa ka batho ba dulang in like ba nyetseng and you name it. It does change as time goes. You get that one? So, if I'm going to be an individual who is actually doing all that, nah,
You are the prize.
then I should actually be seen as the price. You get that one? The reason,
You ready?
yeah, I should be seen as the price. You get that one? Because I'm bringing, I'm bringing all this that is done. You get that
Okay.
one? And Kakiso was speaking numbers. That is true. I agree with that. But now, Linda, I'm adding a certain thing or
Aspects.
aspect
Yeah.
of
You're
it.
adding
You know what?
actually
To
on
say,
top.
okay, this is where we are, or I am as a man doing this, doing that, and you go on. So
Men
I
are the
believe,
price.
I believe that should be the case. Antoine,
That men are the price.
that men are the price, or should be the price, outside of just numbers.
Forget should be. You think men are the price.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
What's your
Ma'am.
take, Kerry?
Ma'am, you've been performing so loudly.
Should we have Karen go last, and you should?
I
go?
really feel like I should go last.
Yeah, let
I
Karen
really
go last.
feel
I
like
think
I
you
should
must
go
go.
last.
Okay.
You feeling me?
Because
Karen
Karen
go last.
goes lolo, ne?
Oh wow!
I think.
It
Yeah.
makes sense if I go last.
Let's have your opinion, and then she'll go.
So definitely men are the price. It's a definite for me, and I'll tell you why. I'm also gonna have to add on what you niggas have already put on the table, right? Number one, as a man, ne? As a man,
Yeah.
nka tsamaya ke lo shela. Number one, banyana ba shela, ke re bona ba usually tsoga ba shela.
I can't allow to share. I don't tell you to
No. You guys don't wanna do it. So as a man, I can go and share the type tsaka, right? I can go and share my type, say 50. Maybe I set a challenge for myself. Maybe within a week, I can share the type tsaka fela, say 50. By the end of the week, I'll be in probably 15 relationships with all my types, right? So I've got more options. That's number one. Number two, in order for us to get married,
Sure.
it's my decision.
Yes.
It's definitely my
I was
decision.
about to get there, actually.
We are not getting married if I'm not
If
saying
the guy
I'm
doesn't
marrying
want it, it's not happening.
So, before you go into your third point, ne, LSC, there's this thing that they say, women dictate a relationship. Meaning, if Washela Karen dictates whether or not you want to be in a relationship. But the man dictates whether or not they want to be in a marriage.
to add on my options, ne? My options are limitless. Your options are limited to the people that approach you. Meaning, you probably, if we approach you,
as long as I'm sharing,
Yeah,
I couldn't possibility.
if he's not your type, you're gonna have to work with what you have. Unfortunately. So we're getting married. It's my decision.
Yeah, okay.
For the other point is that for the relationship to work, it depends on me.
You cooking?
For the relationship to work, it depends on me. Whether I want to be serious or not.
Let's go.
I don't want to add more. I've already
Sure.
made a lot of points.
Look, I think my answer is going to be. What's this? What's the put?
Yeah, that.
My answer is going to be put in such a way that it's going to automatically lead us to our next segment. That's how it's going to be, right?
No.
So I've done everything in my power to not tie chest trap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer this question, but with a question.
Okay.
Because the
Say
way
good.
I phrase the question is going to answer you guys.
Okay.
Right? For a long time, I felt like, and this is who I've been. I've always been. I've never had a day where I wasn't this person. So I think it's because of who I am. I've never really understood my role in a relationship because I'm just good at only being who I am. And how do I mean? If Karen is a natural nurturer, that's what I bring. If Karen likes to buy something for someone, that's what I bring. If for example, I'm a loving person and I'm a caring person generally. If I see something that I know you like, I'm getting it. If I feel like we are hungry, I'm going to say, Khwiti, let's go eat. I'm going to pay. So I don't really believe I wasn't really raised got gender roles. I just do what I like. You know?
Which is dope.
I just do what I like.
Which is different.
So for me, it's also one of the most annoying things because one, if you're the type of guy, okay, chivalry is dope, guys. Don't get me wrong. Open the door for me, buy me flowers, is dope. But for me, it's not really gonna make you the man of my dreams because that's what you do, you know. I gotta vibe with you for something way heavier than that because I don't mind paying the bill. I don't mind dating a guy who's spanning. I don't mind if Ushapato Tolozi. I don't care. I'm a six pack. That's not where I'm at, you know. I think for me, that's what I'm saying. My answer is going to be a question into the next thing because my criteria for dating is the reason why I'm also struggling because you probably come and you want to be the provider and you want to have, and I'm just like, I can make a plan too. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, I'm just saying, even if you're not less of a man to me because of span. You're not less of a man to me because brutal instead of be. Like I'm not in there for those frivolous things. For me, and this is
Also, just to chip in there, I think niggas that would have a problem with that, it's niggas that are insecure.
Dango. And I
that. You know what I was about to say, LSG? In accordance to Karen's explanation, women are not careful for what they wish for. I'll give an example what they usually like to say. Women like having this saying, I want an alpha male.
Hey.
They want the good side of an alpha male.
but not
Meaning,
the
baby, you're in danger. Okay, I'll protect you. Don't worry, I'll lay my life for you. I'll do this. But they forget an alpha male
is an alpha male on all aspects.
I get home, I'm like, Karen Lambi. No, man, it's a takeaway.
Ke a bona le get home.
Ke batla letsoho la.
O tsoa ka wana re tsa momphelo.
Sure.
And you're gonna do it.
Yeah, ke kgaletse dijo tse pheilweng.
I understand. Ke tla para hempe ka o sa tsa mo ai.
Yeah, tsa mo ai.
Abo ka pa ntse hore ke bua le another female. Yo pe ba ke rata bua le no wena le close ka teng. Ke colleague ya. So. Ka pa motho tla o jwetsa et like now on khatsa le ke ka wa bithu.
Yeah.
Never close like our
Yeah.
You understand? So women have a lot of criteria. For an LSG, for example, machista in most cases. Ukathola motho spanang KFC. You didn't think twice about your medio fresh. Amushela. But driver ka penze how amushela. And amushela jalo. You see the intentions of this will be a good mother of my kids. Woman is about I like this guy. Mari.
You see, this is the point I was alluding to, like before you guys into is that this is why I'm having a problem in my dating life because I think like men do, I behave like men do, and these are I've got very strong male impulses. I'm just like, I don't mind paying the bill, and for a girl it's like, ooh, I'm like, I don't mind, you know, all the things that a normal girl would inspire a man to do, I just don't. I'm cool with kicking it with you, regular Kingsley, if you can't, you understand? I'm cool with you wearing an original underpant and not Calvin Klein. I'm cool with, and that's the thing. For me, the big picture is I long the most platonic relationship with someone. I long the kind of love where you could sit on the other side of the room and I'm sitting on the other side of the room. And if you want to let it rip and fart, like just fart, dog. You understand? And for me, it's not what a typical, and literally pig me. Yo, get a sharp face.
Can I ask you a question?
And let me finish this and then you
I
can
want
ask.
to tloba bona kae ka di face.
You know, and this is, you can ask after this, so let me just wrap this up. My point now is, and I don't mean this in a rude way, like I'd have conversations with my friends, right? And every friend of mine would be like, when I jola le guy, why tswara karata ka, I also go jola le guy, also comfortable with am kholwa ka ofela, or also go jola le guy, also think karata so ka ofela. And I'm like, because he gets more from me than he can ever give. And that's the secret. How many of you give them more than they can give you, and in such a way, to a point how because he gives to a point where he feels like it's never enough. And I'm like, how many of you have given to a point where he can trust you with everything? The only reason why he can't trust you with everything is because of you mismanage the little he's given you, or how unappreciative of what it
and
is.
Also, it seems like
You can't
just
keep
here
that a secret
for this
anymore,
thing
Karen.
only.
We need more people to do that.
No, but you know what I mean? Because also, but at the same time, I'm going to say this because I'm shooting myself in the foot. It's my biggest demise. It's my biggest demise because in every relationship, I'm the least catered for.
They take advantage.
I'm the least catered for.
Actually, the niggas that girls deal with these days, they want to move in with you.
I'm getting there. So I'm the type of, it's not coming up.
They're homeless.
Also, I'm the type of person, ufunan, tateyam, you know? So, guys, I'm the type of partner, or like,
That's how a relationship should be.
should be. But that's what I'm saying. I have never, and that's why I'm at a point where, like, I am longing for it in such a way that it's gotta be there or nothing else. Because I'm the type of person, Ntwana, pegane. Dude, we can even share my socks.
Because you know why I say that? Yeah? Relationship is not about 50-50.
There is no such thing as 50
give
if
all.
you really love somebody.
To be
you
honest,
can't do that.
that's
You
that's
really
how it
can't
should
do
be
that.
explained.
So
you really
that
can't do that.
50-50 thing, it's just to try and get people to behave in a certain way. But to be honest, it should not be measured.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be measured, but guys, I've been in relationship where most of the bills I've paid. Most of the dates I've paid for.
That's the problem.
No, you're not understanding what, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what, listen to what I'm saying. As a woman, that's why I get it. It's one of my biggest conflicts in relationships. I don't mind doing these things,
You
but
just don't get it
I
reciprocated.
end up losing my femininity because in the point of sharp, I don't mind. That's why I get it. You're not getting it. I pay for most of the things because I'm not waiting for him to pay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not, for example, if I know Kagiso likes so, I'm not waiting for his birthday. If he wants it, he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
But in the same time, it Ole Abe so safe and so loved.
Yeah, that he doesn't
that
reciprocate it.
How many times will he take, like, to a point where I will cry because I'm asking myself, how on regularly chepisi or PS and try to run 50? Because that's how big my appreciation is. And my appreciation for you is so big that I get you the big things.
So
but
one of the biggest reasons people separate is not only communication. Obal. As innocently as it comes. Wabal. Naketa 1-2. And how you 1-2.
You're not getting. I'm only saying this
I
because
get
we
what
are
you
in
say.
this conversation. We could be in a relationship where I don't care how much I'm doing,
No,
but
let
I'm
me
just
say
saying
this.
you end up getting neglected, and that's what
Because
makes me
of-
leave. Because I get totally anything, and in the end, that's what I'm saying.
let me
I
say
don't
this.
mind doing it. But
me
it
say
gets to the
this.
point where you're so comfortable with the fact that Karen will handle it. That your fact that you don't even think. You don't even know what Karen likes. Like, guys, if you can sit with someone that I've dated for quite some time, ask me anything about that person. Ask me about a childhood trauma. Ask me about anything they've ever needed. I've been there. Ask them for one moment in my life where I needed someone. They couldn't even tell
No, you know
that
I
I
say
needed
that,
it in return.
One thing about relationships or anything in life, difficult topics things tend to be difficult when they're pointed towards you. Like a wabala, it can be innocent. It can be about doing the good things or you being you. Mutomong aside into understand that. So
No, it's
Let me-
fine. I get
let me
what you're
say
trying to say
this.
because
Let me
you're trying
say
to
this,
say
right?
if you weren't keeping count in the first place, you wouldn't have lost your patience with that person because maybe they have their own reasons why they're not doing that or whatever.
The point I was about to say is some love is very comfortable. What I mean by that is sometimes it takes one losing their counterpart or their partner to realize what they've lost.
That's what always happens, and I never want you back now after
That's true.
that part.
So what
after
I
that
mean
encounter, I don't want you
good
back.
or bad. Never mind you, good or bad. You know, some people better get it in next till we separate. But fuck, KG used to do the most subtle of things. Next time, next time, change my tire.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You get it. That's exactly what I mean.
Yes, but
they end up not
man.
even doing those things for me, like a little
Let
thing
me
like opening the
go.
door. But that's
Shaila Payapans.
wrong insurance. I can't tell you.
So what I wanted to say with regards to what you said regarding the 50-50 thing, right? You said there's no such a thing as 50-50. And then I think Huiti came in and said people need to give 100%. I think that's what you said, right?
Yeah,
And we agreed in unison. There's no 50-50. You gotta give all you got.
Let me tell you why I don't agree with both of you guys.
All of us actually did.
Yeah. Now I believe Hori. Well, why not just like what Karen is saying, right? Different times in a relationship or different stages in a relationship are going to require different percentages. For an example, right?
It's
with
going to be
regards to the
80-20, a 70-30.
There will be a time where I can only give maybe 30. You're gonna have to come within.
But that-
But that's exactly what they're saying. You're giving your all. It's just that it's not more than what he could have give. But that 30% was honestly your all.
So I thought maybe you guys said, Jorge.
Ask the Shane. Yeah, you can keep going.
I thought
No, what they mean is you are all in. Meaning, if we use a Richter scale, it's probably 70-30, but
There's
the
going
truth
to
is
be
my
a
30 is
person that
it was
needs
my
to-
all. It was the best.
That's
I
okay.
could
Enrique
give.
Beso. Let me rephrase it before you go into.
Okay,
Ne?
all
You
right.
guys are saying the same
So-
thing. It's just that we phrased it in different metrics.
Okola 1 million a month. Offer Karen 100,000 a month. That's a 10% of what he earns.
Yeah, salary.
Salary. Now ke gola 5,000. Give Karen 3,000. That's about 55 or
More than
60%.
50, yeah.
Ne? 55 or 60% of what I earn. Ne? I'm actually giving Karen more of me than what
Yes.
G's giving.
Yeah.
Although G in value is giving more.
And most of the time, Karen will count Jorge. She's giving more
Wangithola Karen.
because of the value.
You're of less value to G.
So what I mean is, at that point of time, Chaka, you having backaches, shapa garaf, shapa back, to make sure Karen has clean hands. She's just busy saying, "Oh, fuck it."
And you one of the many holes.
Wrong understanding.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, fuck it." So you, at your point of time, you giving your all for Karen.
And
Sometimes it might be Jorge.
your efforts.
Yeah, sometimes you go follow your all, rather than that 3,000, offer Karen 1.5.
Actually, girls are like that.
Yeah.
Mañana.
You see, this is why I fight with you guys because I'm a man trapped in a woman's body. So I feel like you're bullshitting me because I'm not doing this. That's why I don't feel fulfilled. I don't
You
feel
know, girls will
fulfilled.
make you feel small
What?
for giving the most of you, and Ekwena Winka is nothing because
yeah.
she thinks she can get better.
But that's why he was also saying to say that's another reason why a lot of relationships actually end because of the fact Yauring expectation is there.
Karen, this is not a personal attack, by the way.
Yeah,
No,
there's
I'm good. Now you
expectation.
can see I'm chilling.
And what did you say? Happe?
Juice, yummy?
Obala.
Hobala, yes. Kila one. Because now Hobala also includes you looking at your friend. As a woman, you've got a friend, his husband is doing this, this, and this, or his boyfriend is doing this and this. Now you are envying that. And now you're in a relationship too, and you're thinking,
Look, I'm tingling nemoto.
hello, why I told it.
I see
Dog,
vacation.
you will date a girl that you barely go out with because you're probably working your ass off and you don't have a lot of money to go out with her, right?
Anton.
And then she's gonna tell you, "Hey, chomi ya ka ba intshitse or bona chomi ya ka ba dilo ba entse."
Ke
Wena ha o
comparison.
ntse.
Exactly.
Nako chomi ya teng maybe ba montsha, so it's a way of compensating because o mo tarapile maobane.
Yeah, either umutrapile or umuchitetse or you name it.
Trying to say sorry.
Cover
by
up something.
taking-
So the question was about.
He wants to pose a
Karen,
question.
yeah, is why? Okay. When I say you, I'm basically
It's like
pointing
just
at,
trap, yeah.
at women. Why do they think there's such a high suicide rate amongst men? What do you think is the cause is? If it's a man's world already.
Look, as far as, and I can only answer it in what I think, because I really think we think in different ways, even as women, because there are different kinds of women as much as there are different kinds of men.
Okay, you need to answer for yourself and for the woman.
I can't, because then I'll give weird answers.
Okay, that's fine.
It's going to contradict each other. But personally, for me, I think one of the reasons why men have the biggest suicidal, like
Rate, yeah.
rates and whatever, is because one, the world is tougher for men. And I don't mean it in such a way, hey. That's why if I answer the way I want to,
Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
yeah, but you pick me, But for me, I really think it's because if you're a man, I'm gonna make an example. I'm gonna stand up right now and I'm gonna trip and fall. Oh, Corey, are you okay? I'm gonna make a perfect example with the podcast right now. It's a big deal if I get out of the car and my door's not open, but none of your guys bitch if your door wasn't open. You must just always be fine.
Yeah.
But if the girl is not okay, and if Kakso said, "No, guys, I got the shits," yeah, you a bitch. But if Karen says my tummy is running because I'm on my period, You know what I mean? So you end up, you're trapped. You can't say anything because you're a bitch if you talk. You understand? And now you just always need to be fine. You trip before. You're a bitch. But I'm just saying, you know. So the world is much harsher to a man than it is, because we are. If I feel something, there's a love that I feel for it. And also with that already happening, you must bring the bread home. You're doing you're working your ass off to bring the bread home. And I tell here and I'm saying, yo,
Shit.
that's how I did the best I could.
There's this thing in society or in human nature, we like to distinguish ourselves away from animals. But if you look at the basics of things, we're just as much animalistic as
or even more,
animals are. You understand? So what they found out is people that procreate is usually from a small scale of men. A lot of men don't procreate. Né? So just like animals, they want to procreate with the strongest and the biggest animal. If I got a lion, the biggest and strongest lion, the lioness want to mate with that lion. You understand? Same as liver side. As difficult as it is to digest, né? When women bear kids, they fall off the social ladder. Doesn't matter
that is
how
a
much. You understand? So it's not.
And with every kid, you just go, woo.
Yeah. So it's nothing. If I'm gonna bear a kid for someone, it must be someone of a high social ladder. So that's why it's easier for people to.
Or
have
just high
money.
value.
Yeah. That's why it's easy for anyone, a high value man, to procreate than someone who doesn't have money. Yeah? So to go to my question of, never mind in relationship, in society, if you're not deemed high value for a man, you're non-existent. Your friends don't care about you, Banka's ice boy. Your family don't value your opinion, Banka Kantuana, as long as Anai Nyugu, they'll value that person's opinion more than yours.
Yeah, and they start the meeting before you even get there. Yeah, you don't add anything
in
anyway.
relationships, although you don't say it, Karen,
I'll feed
you might
our
be-
room.
You might be a loving
Yeah,
person.
tell me,
It's
it's a good
not even, it's not even being about mucho insecure. If I know I can pull my own, ne? In the back of that person's mind is, I have two main purposes in my life: provide and protect. You understand? So no kikana relationship in kibona Karen scroll TikTok, babu on a holiday, the next thing so to bouquet of flowers, and in my head is like, fuck, I can't even give Karen bare minimum. It's not even about you portraying that to me.
Okay.
Getting not thinking in my head. At work is shit. My friends abang fatil, abang
porn.
poni one. My family also hang porn. And yeah, in my own home, I'm unable to
feel
give Karen
small as well.
what I can give Karen.
You know, also this narrative of the social media whereby they say if
heavy.
you are a man and you are broke, you're not supposed to date. That is bullshit,
Wrong
guys.
so like
Yo, and it's like a heavy social
No,
media narrative.
it is a thing.
That is-
It is a thing. It is a thing. It is a thing.
dog.
It's a thing. Like
And
it's a. I think that's why by the way, but what believe on social media ka thing.
And no one will lay you
And it's
like
sad
a
because
broke
it's
guy.
just that one person that starts that, and then everybody just jumps on it and feeds off it and say the lifestyle and to say, okay, this is my rule.
And the broke
And
people are people with good intentions. It's always the broke
Always.
ones with good intentions.
Always. And it's a
The
bullshit
rich ones.
thing.
What?
It's a bullshit thing because ngwanyana wa kgona data a rich person. He was making an example hore a well-sought man akabona a Keisha. And see Musad.
Yeah, bro. We date anything and anyone,
Dog.
from any type of environment.
I regret doing that.
You know, question that I like asking.
I'm at a point in my life where I regret
As a woman.
being the girl that dated for love. You see, right now, you
As a
just like
woman
you
that
wish
you
women could do
be.
that.
As a woman that you
woman who
be.
did that, I regret it.
Yeah, but
One question
You
that I
wish
pose
women
is-
could do that. As a woman that did that, I regret
But
it.
that's the thing. Like with you, the ratio is so different. Where now you are literally out of 100%, you are like a percentage.
And look at what's
Of
happening
women
to that percentage.
who do that.
So
Look
the
at
problem-
what's happening to that percentage.
the
Raising
problem
those
with-
very same children alone.
with,
Wait.
with women, ne, Karen. In this case, it's you and women. Eh?
Did you see how he threw his hand at me? In this case, it's you and women.
No, is you overlook the red flags. I always tell women the same. Before chi umunka is mutwaho, wambano rata banyan. You in your head have this perception that you will change G.
Or maybe, can I fix that? Can I fix that? Can I fix that? Can I fix that? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm telling you what my delulu is. You're saying, I get what you're saying. One of the reasons is because I'll change him. My delulu is
you're cooking.
You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but my delulu, because the general delulu vela is ignoring the red flag, and it's because you can change it. But no, my delulu is I ignore the red flag because I believe everyone deserves to be loved.
No.
Oh, Karen, you know what? Man?
Okay, it's your own demise, unfortunately.
That's how I.
She's not being nice. She's being herself. She's being herself. And right now, she's probably gonna approach life differently. To say,
Oh, I am. That's why I'm not told.
now I'm gonna be
That's
slack.
why.
You're gonna be a slack woman.
I'm
now.
gonna be slack.
You're
No, I'm gonna be a bitch.
You're gonna be slack to the right guy.
You're not
You're
gonna
not
be
asking us this question.
You're gonna be slack to the right
This
guy.
guy is not saying
I tell you
anything.
not to be slack right now.
I can give it to him now.
Give
Then
him
he
one
can
more
ask.
chance. Give him one more
He must
chance.
just come here. That's
One
that guy.
You're not asking us, okay, if a woman does this, LSGR, cut her off. G adumele, KG adumele.
Same time.
But my man, it's not that we don't love that person. It's just you can see the shit will continue if you allow it to.
Correct.
You'd rather be in that pain for that moment than a lifetime of pain.
Yes.
And you know,
If that's on it, I don't care. Look at any high performance or high value man. Look at their demise. Tell me what it is. They made a wrong decision on a woman. Look at any man. Even biblically, the most wisest man, he made a wrong decision on choosing a woman. So we're now very picky when it comes to the woman we choose.
Dog.
Because before in the morning I was listening to this video. This guy Acho Ari, widow was, fuck, I forgot which one is the man or woman. But when the man dies first, women can continue happily in life because they build intimate relationship with their kids and friends and family members. When the woman dies first, for the rest of their life, in most cases, men, till their grave, they are miserable.
Yeah.
Because the only genuine friendship and love that they have is with their woman.
Correct.
So, once you make a bad decision with your woman, men are fucked.
Now you're fucked for life, dog.
I think it also speaks on why men do not stay through bullshit.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you, and I know it also speaks on the pride thing. Men are very proud, naturally.
I hate
And
that.
also,
That's the only thing I hate about men.
yeah, but
I think maybe pride or proud is the wrong term.
It's the perfect term.
I think
it is the perfect
when
It's
you
the
say you don't
perfect
like
term.
that, I think you feel like
I think you don't like the negative part of it because there's also a positive part of it,
Which is?
which is my pride can actually get me out of this shithole of a relationship.
yes, that's what he means. To say if I'm not getting treated well and I feel like I am probably being abused, then I am gonna have to walk out of it.
I'm black and I'm proud.
Whereas Karen might be seeing it as tabaring. When on a pride, I'll call lore askisi monna.
Dog.
For an example, pride. That's how you probably see it. Whereas he's seeing it from a different perspective to say, "Ki abuse you, amona, aki respect you, aki
doing
kompiwi." Maybe that's not where I belong.
Let me make an example for you, right? So now all the relationships that I get into them and I leave my pride aside.
Yeah.
Or outside of it, right?
True.
When I get into the relationship, I'm getting in with the good intentions. I'm trying to make this shit work because obviously I'm seeing something on this person. So
Exactly.
I'm going to have to put in my thing to make this shit work, right? Play my part, right? As soon as, this is the one thing I hate about girls because I don't know what's going on in their heads. A girl, little tabana, and then the next thing she says, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
that's-
why, because
That's most painful.
and that's why I've left
And
all my
I think-
relationships. I can see you can see.
I think no, but you see the thing
My
is
man.
when I maybe usia for your reason, but
No, mara
I think he's
Karen, I PTSD. bro.
his expression kaore
Mfodise,
Banyana tend to say that he's now coming from the pettiest arguments ever.
She thinks she's the prize.
But women are the prize. It's just that times have changed.
Let me ask, why do you think women are the prize?
Biologically, so according to descent, right? according to descent and evolution,
Actually,
women
you never answered that question.
Yeah, that's why I almost,
women were initially supposed to be we were supposed to be according to descent and evolution.
Until?
And then until we started doing what we're trying to do, what a man can do. And that's when we lost the
But
value.
why did they think woman is
You're cooking.
the prize? That's
You're cooking.
what I also would like to know.
So, for example, right, in the olden days, the woman was the prize because that's a simple thing. You go do, because working or bringing food home was dangerous.
Yeah.
So you go do the danger things, right?
And
I'll bear the kids. I'll take care of the kids. I'll make the house warm, right? And I will make sure that all our needs are met because and that was pure, genuine partnership because you go do that hard thing and I'll go do this hard thing for me here.
Yeah.
And then when we come here, we collaborate. Everything that I've done with everything that you've done makes this beautiful, warm home.
Yeah.
And I was the prize because at that time, you can always, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but as a guy, I was going back home to a warm house, to a warm bed.
But you can say the same thing as well.
No, I'm not saying when I work according to descent. When I was now, you work according to before we try to do what men are doing.
No, even before then.
No, wait. What do you mean? Even before
So,
then?
Before then, if
Hey,
not,
Kagiso doesn't want you to
No.
be deprived.
no. So
Stay out of it. You don't
women
have
said
value.
this analogy from the get-go. They've always been the prize. So what I mean is that before you do the dangerous thing, ulo hanta, ulo this, ulo this, ulo this.
Actually, that still makes the nigga a prize.
Yes.
Because not all niggas are gonna.
Yeah,
come
'cause
back
the
with
danger that
Yamazana.
you-
No, but look,
willing to go through the danger?
you are looking at it in terms of like value. I don't know king the most
No, man,
valuable
we're not
thing on the
diluting-
tongue, but it's not even like intangible
Karen.
or tangible thing.
Okay, so for me, person who loves history, when it comes to African culture, we've never diluted the importance of a woman.
You do now.
No. Yeah, now because so many
Because of
cultures and interference.
Who
So many
was
cultures
the
and
what?
interferences.
Makanyane, there's a what?
I was going to say they failed us.
The women.
No, man, that's a joke. Come,
So many cultures and interferences is people get confused of what's what now. But if you look at it historically, women have been at such a high regard. Like if you look at Black history, we've never looked down upon women.
True.
You do now because you call us bitches on songs.
No, but let's not confuse now and then. I get you. You're talking historically, so I'm going historically bringing
As
it
well,
back now.
okay.
Yes, you understand that. So that's why before nanka kuponyala Karen, they would look which family Karen is getting married into. What is their social status? What is what? What is what? What is what?
Let me. You done?
Yeah.
No,
so
he's
so
coming,
they would
he's
need
coming.
to look. Is my daughter going to a good home?
I wanna.
So they would now say, okay, G is the prize. It's fine. I will accept proposal lechi of Karen going there. And then not going to arrange marriages. They would look for a good investment to put you into.
Today in social media, right? Especially your TikTok, your Instagram, we see a lot of. I don't know whether to call people free because they show a lot of skin, like they get naked. They don't have a problem with that. A nigga that is usually posting pictures in their underwear, and a girl that is usually posting pictures in their underwear too. Are you dating that nigga? Are you dating that girl? Would you form a relationship with that girl?
Mapuna ku Instagram.
Yeah.
Try like
I'm fun.
I'm trying like.
He's making money and he's hot.
Good for him. I go by hot like a heater. There, not here.
Hayi ndizomthatha makakushe.
Namanga. Do you want to check my DMs?
Uzomthatha.
You'd be shocked who's in my DM.
Maspon.
Soccer players.
You're gonna put this as a screenshot.
Yeah, again, dangerous guy. Yeah.
Are you dating that girl?
Mapuna, show me bikini pictures. Okay.
You know, the problem with those type of
man.
people, and I'm saying people because you made example of a man and a woman. there'll always be
We're wrapping up, by the way.
they'll always be seeking validation. And now that's how I see it. To say,
see?
you are out
You're
there,
using
you're
it
seeking
nicely.
validation. And
Magically.
and that on its own means I will never fulfill you as an individual or as my partner. To say, o tlo dula o le kantle, o batla validation. And on top of where sa go kwati seat. Ako kwati seat, you're gonna be pissed off.
Say, okay, fine, cool.
He's a full man.
Okay, Baba.
Black card. Hana di STI get before you.
How much is to post the picture?
Post
Say
the
50.
picture.
Say 50.
You know what? I'm gonna share like 100.
Different locations.
So when a
Bato ba
street-
bontsha everything.
Wa tshwana le mama pona wena. Wa gana le wena.
Yes.
Wa wena?
A ke tshole le yena mara maybe re ka bonana ka ditsela tse itseng.
With that being said, it's the relationships and Mjolo and parenting episode 1 of 1, but part 2 of this is coming, right?
This is endless.
Same time, same place. Ngevigels aya ngithi uyazi. Ay, bheka. Actually utama bona bona. Ciao.
Get it on me? Yeah.